And these people are now are in limbo in terms of their right to get jobs and join American society.
And this will be a big issue, obviously, for the next president. Whoever it is could either keep or repeal some of his executive orders. They could obviously nominate Supreme Court justices and affect this situation even
this
further.
Will be a big issue,
but
obviously.
David, when we heard President Obama trying to mobilize Americans, trying to mobilize voters, and certainly Hispanic voters that are such a key part of his coalition and the one Hillary Clinton is courting, how much is this going to mobilize those folks?
Well, as if we needed any stakes raising in this election, this is what this did. It certainly shone a light on the stakes as it relates to this issue, but also the Supreme Court. I think in states like Colorado, Nevada, Florida, where there are where Hispanic voters can be decisive in this election. These are swing states. Certainly the Hillary Clinton forces will be using this to some effect. But also, generally, it underscores what having a split Supreme Court means, because the court essentially punted today. They didn't have a ninth to break the tie, and whomever is president is likely, if the Senate holds it firm, is likely to have to appoint that, or will have the chance to appoint that Supreme Court justice who will make a huge difference on this and many other issues. So this is going to play in the election. There's no doubt about it.
Mark, the Supreme Court punted on this today, but of course the lower court ruling stands, and that means the Republicans are saying, look, this is proof that the president has overused these executive actions, that he's gone beyond where he should. Do they really, how true is that, or is that just a narrative that they're trying to push?
Well, I hate to answer it two ways, but let me answer it two ways here, because it can be interpreted both ways. And I'm sure David, would preach to this. As the president, you do have the power to enact executive actions, executive orders as president where you see fit. And in this case, Barack Obama looked at Congress and said, you don't seem to be moving forward on my policy agenda, let alone giving it votes. So I'm going to take action, and it's a political play. Now, if you are Republicans, you were saying there are three equal branches of government, and what we've seen from Barack Obama is an overplay of his hand without any respect towards the House of Representatives or the Senate, and we're going to stand our ground. Now, Paul Ryan, I think, handled a very difficult situation last night over gun legislation and allowing House Democrats to essentially take over the House floor. On this issue on immigration, who knows what's going to happen if House Democrats will try to seize on this as a political issue. This plays very well for the Republican base, as well as it will play very well for the Democratic base.
Does it play, Dana, real quick, because I want to ask you about guns, does it play better for Democrats or Republicans, or is this a draw?
The Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Well, I think that the Republicans have already been energized on this issue. We saw it. I mean, you can't go to a Donald Trump rally without having, this interactive experience about the wall. That's already a part of their kind of mobilization. And to David's point, on the Democratic side, it's been there, but this is just right now, front and center, proof that if they really do want to make a difference on this issue, and by the they, it's Hispanic voters, particularly in those swing states, they need to mobilize and focus their energy, presumably, on the Democratic candidate.
And real quick on guns, I have to ask you this. There was this sit-in, and the Democrats were going to be there until hell froze over, but actually that wasn't the case. It seemed like
it did at like 12:45 today.
Hell froze over, or until vacation break is called. What happened?
But they're going to go right back on the floor on July 5th.
I mean, but what happened here that they decided, okay, look, we're going to cave?
You know what? Look, I think that we know what they did, and although that they say it wasn't a political stunt, it was political theater. And you know what? We're talking about it. So they were successful in that way. I don't think that they ever had any kind of illusion that they were going to actually force Paul Ryan to hold a vote. They wanted to shine a light on this issue, get a lot of attention, and they did.
All right, guys, stand by for me. Donald Trump heading to Scotland. We'll be talking about this trip, a potentially controversial trip, next.
Hi, Linda. Looks like you've got a prescription to fill. The exact same drug that's $10 at this pharmacy is $150 at this one. GoodRx finds prices and discount coupons on every prescription. Just input the drug name and instantly find savings at virtually every pharmacy in America.
Here's my prescription, and I have a coupon from GoodRx.
Go to goodrx.com and compare, print, and save for free. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Print your free coupon at goodrx.com today.
You both have a perfect driving record.
Perfect.
Tickets, no accidents.
That is until one of you clips a food truck, ruining your perfect record.
Yeah.
Now, you would think your insurance company would cut you some slack, right?
No, your insurance rates go through the roof. Your perfect record doesn't get you anything.
Anything.
Perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. And if you do have an accident, our claim centers are available to assist you 24/7. For a free quote, call Liberty Mutual at 1-844-220-8383. Switch to Liberty Mutual and you could save up to $509. Call today at 1-844-220-8383. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? With Wix, you can create your own professional website. Drag and drop to create your site exactly the way you want. And just like that, you've got your own stunning website. Create your stunning website today.
SoloShot is a robot cameraman that automatically tracks and films you from up to 2,000 feet away. No cameraman? No problem. Go to soloshot.com.
Falls are the #1 cause of injury to senior citizens. Acorn Stairlifts has a solution. Just don't fall. Sit, relax, ride with an Acorn Stairlift, the world's leader in stairlifts. Don't let limited mobility keep you from going up and down your stairs, even outside. Call Acorn Stairlifts now for a free information kit and no obligation quote. Why risk falling when you could safely ride?
Our Acorn Stairlift is definitely more affordable than moving.
The Acorn Stairlift has a padded seat and backrest, safety sensors, stop the chair if there are obstacles. The seat swivels and locks so you don't twist your body. And the Acorn Stairlift folds away. It even works through a power shortage.
I was really surprised at how little they cost.
Call 1-800-611-8027 right now for your free information kit or visit our website today. Call 1-800-611-8027.
What is a successful first date?
We want to see each other again.
You say, you know what, we should try it again.
We want to go on a second date.
A second date?
Yeah, of course.
How many second dates have you had recently? 0.
It's been a while.
So not a lot of second dates?
No.
Match first dates have led to more second dates than any other dating app.
Those are good odds.
I like the second date part.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
So what should we do now?
Check out Match.
I could see myself downloading it.
Yeah, why not?
They all joined Match. When will you? Start for free today.
Look, the wolf was huffing and puffing.
Like you do sometimes, Grandpa?
Well, when you have COPD, it can be hard to breathe. It can be hard to get air out, which can make it hard to get air in. So I talked to my doctor. She said,
Symbicort could help you breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Symbicort doesn't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. Symbicort helps provide significant improvement of your lung function. Symbicort is for COPD, including chronic bronchitis and emphysema. It should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort contains formoterol. Medicines like formoterol increase the risk of death from asthma problems. Symbicort may increase your risk of lung infections, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. You should tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it.
Symbicort could mean a day with better breathing. Watch out, piggies!
Symbicort. Breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Call or go online to learn more about a free trial offer. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Donald Trump is trying to revive his troubled campaign after weeks of bad news and worrisome poll numbers, but a detour to one of Trump's golf resorts in Scotland has some Republicans anxious about their candidates' priorities. Our senior Washington correspondent Jeff Zeleny has more on this. Give us the latest, Jeff.
Hey, Brianna, it's not unusual for presumptive nominees like Donald Trump to take foreign trips to be seen on a global stage in a presidential way. But there are no sit-down meetings with any world leaders on Trump's agenda. This unconventional campaign is worrying some Republicans who believe he should be spending more time getting his campaign in order, not checking in on one of his new golf courses. Tonight, Donald Trump is heading to Scotland. He's not visiting world leaders, but promoting a Trump golf course.
It's already a masterpiece, and we're going to further enhance it.
After winning their presidential primary, candidates often take a victory lap to showcase their foreign policy credentials, like Mitt Romney in 2012 and Barack Obama in 2008. Not Trump. He's showcasing his brand abroad as Republicans at home worry about his chances in November. He's trying to reset his campaign, turning the focus to his rival.
Hillary Clinton may be the most corrupt person ever to seek the presidency of the United States.
But he's seizing back the spotlight with his trip to Scotland. Some homeowners who say Trump tried pushing them out for another golf development, planting a Mexican flag to show their opposition. Trump's visit is one way to play up his business savvy. But a new CNN ORC poll finds nearly 70% of voters say he should step down as president of the Trump Organization while seeking the presidency.
It's been an amazing campaign.
He's touching down in Britain the day after its referendum on whether to leave the European Union, a consequential vote for which Trump has expressed support. Hillary Clinton has been highly critical of how Trump's comments would influence the global economy.
It matters when a presidential candidate talks like this, because the world hangs on every word our president says. The markets rise and fall on those statements.
Republicans are pressing Trump to get his campaign back on track, starting with his massive fundraising shortfall to Clinton. He said today he would no longer make his campaign repay a $50 million loan.
I've got a lot of money, and I might put up my own money, too. I probably will at some point.
He also told Hugh Hewitt he's leaning toward announcing some members of his cabinet before Election Day, a practice he thought was common until Hewitt told him otherwise.
I think I might be inclined to do that. I don't think that's that unusual, though. That's been done before, hasn't it, you?
No, I don't think we've ever had a cabinet member named. There was a hint that Yes.
Now that conversation with Hugh Hewitt, just an interesting window into just how new all of this is for Trump. He insists he is getting his campaign operation in order. He hired a veteran campaign manager in Ohio, for example. This trip to Scotland is raising eyebrows from many Republicans who remain frustrated at how he's running his race. Brianna? All
right, Jeff Zeleny, thanks so much. Let's get back to our expert panel now. Mark and Dana. Dana first. The wisdom of Donald Trump going to Scotland for personal business at this point in the campaign.
You know what? You definitely, as Jeff said, have a lot of Republicans saying, are you kidding me? Like, really? Does this really make sense? But when has Donald Trump done anything that we expect a Republican or any candidate for president, especially the presumptive nominee, to do?
So maybe it doesn't matter, Mark.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter at this point, but let me just dive a little bit deeper into the numbers that Jeff showed. Jeff showed that nearly 7 in 10 Americans believe that he should separate himself from his business. You dig a little bit deeper in there, 7 in 10 of those are independents. These are voters he's really going to need if he wants to win the general election, and 56% of those are actually Republicans who thinks he needs to separate himself. The problem for Donald Trump, perhaps not now, but in another month or so, are people going to think that he is potentially going to be distracted by working on his businesses if he is elected president of the United States?
Yeah, we'll have to see how seriously, how fiercely those who were polled really feel about this. I do wonder, David, about something else that Donald Trump said, where he told Hugh Hewitt he's thinking of announcing his cabinet members at the end of the convention. Okay, unconventional, of course, but I wonder as well if he is able to say, look, this is who would be in my cabinet, and it's a serious lineup, if that could actually help him, or does this make him seem like he doesn't know what he's talking about?
Well, that would be the goal, Brianna, to reassure people that he can govern. The danger is that it's hard to find cabinet members, the right people for the right jobs. Once you lay them out there, they're targets, and if he makes a mistake, it only exacerbates his problem of people doubting whether he can govern. I think the risks outweigh the rewards.
In fairness, he has laid out about 10 judges he's considering for the United States Supreme Court, and they are a very serious list that I think established his conservative bona fides with the members of the Republican Party who really care about those things. So at least as far as the justices go, I think it was probably a smart move. As for the cabinet, I think David's right. The risks are much bigger than the rewards.
But the establishment, Dana, looks at this and they say, oi, he doesn't necessarily know the order of how you do these things, right? How concerned are they?
I think probably that's not high on their concern list. They have other things to be more concerned with, like raise money, hire a staff, make speeches more along the lines of the one he did yesterday, and don't scare off swing voters.
Mark, what do you think?
No, Deanna's right. I mean, listen, I think the number one thing right now for Republicans is that they don't want to become the target of Donald Trump. Focus on Hillary Clinton, focus on Hillary Clinton. Oh, and by the way, focus on Hillary Clinton, not on us.
All right. Thank you guys so much for the nice chat. Mark, David, Dana, Jeffrey, appreciate it. And coming up, North Korea's top officials are jubilant tonight after testing a new missile. What is Kim Jong-un's next move? Plus, the Baltimore police officer accused of giving Freddie Gray a so-called rough ride is found not guilty for his death. We'll bring you the latest details.
Don't go to Paris. Live in Paris. When you Airbnb, you have your own home. So live there, even if it's just for a night.
Hi, I'm Dominique Wilkins. When you have type 2 diabetes like me, there's a moment of truth. And with Victoza, a better moment of proof. Victoza lowers my A1C and blood sugar better than the leading branded pill, which didn't get me to my goal. Victoza works with your body to lower blood sugar in 3 ways: in the stomach, the liver, and the pancreas. And while it isn't for weight loss, Victoza may help you lose some weight. Non-insulin Victoza comes in a pen and is taken once a day.
Victoza is not recommended as the first medication to treat diabetes and is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not take Victoza if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Victoza or any of its ingredients. Stop taking Victoza and call your doctor right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, or if you develop any allergic symptoms including itching, rash, or difficulty breathing. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. So stop taking Victoza and call your doctor right away if you have severe pain in your stomach area. Tell your doctor your medical history. Taking Victoza with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. The most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. Side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Now's the time for a better moment of proof. Ask your doctor about Victoza.
How's the new project going? Check it out. Lights. Meeting configuration. Blueprints. Call Aruska. We gotta set up a meeting. Sure. How do you spell that?
Abreu, Albert, Allen, Anderson C, Anderson R.
You know what? I'll just tell him myself.
Door. Andrade.
It's about time business communications caught up. Call anyone in your network just by saying their name.
Call Aruska.
Vonage. Business grade, people friendly.
Now everyone who uses catheters can get a better catheter with Liberator Medical's free catheter sample pack. There's the all-new compact catheters for women. Small, fits in your purse. The pre-hydrated catheter. It lubricates itself in the package. The self-lubricated catheter. Water-activated lubrication. The discreet pocket catheter. Curved to fit in your pocket to go anywhere. Call for your free catheter sample pack with free shipping.
1-800-637-0910.
USA Today and Time Magazine named the Ring Video Doorbell top gadget. Why? Because with Ring, you're always home. You can see and speak to whoever's at your home from your smartphone. Available at ring.com and these fine retailers.
CNN tomorrow.
This could be the fiber that breaks the whole case.
Morgan Spurlock's at the scene of the crime and getting clued into the cost of getting it wrong.
How broke